Recently, my son and daughter, who are 18-year-old twins, just celebrated their birthday, and I got them gifts accordingly. However, my daughter got upset about the gift she received compared to her brother, and now she won't talk to me. Here's the deal. I bought a car for my son's birthday. It's a used one, nothing fancy, but it's a reliable vehicle to get him around. It cost me $10,000 and some change. On the other hand, for my daughter's birthday, I gifted her a $300 Visa gift card. I know the car is a lot more than $300, but he deserved it based on his hard work in school and work. My daughter doesn't even have a job and doesn't work as hard as he does, which is partly why he received a bigger gift. Now, I understand that on the surface, this might seem unfair, but hear me out. My son has shown a strong interest in cars for years, and he's been saving up for one. He's responsible and has a part-time job, so I thought it was a good time to help him get one. He was thrilled, and we even went car shopping together. My daughter, on the other hand, never expressed any particular interest in anything specific. She's more into shopping and fashion, so I thought a Visa gift card would give her the freedom to choose whatever she wants. Plus, she's been asking for extra money lately to buy clothes and makeup. However, when she opened her gift, she got visibly upset and called it unfair. She said it wasn't fair that her brother got a car and she only got a gift card, and I was showing favoritism. I tried explaining my reasoning, but she wouldn't listen and stormed off to her room. She hasn't talked to me since. I did what was best for each of them based on their interest and needs, but now I'm wondering if I was wrong. Am I the idiot for gifting my twins differently on their birthdays? I got my son something practical that will help him get around. I got my daughter a gift card so she can buy herself some shiny trinkets because that's what girls like, right? Dude, you are the idiot. You claim it's about interest, but she's 18. She will need a car very soon, if she doesn't already. This is flat-out favoritism, and I smell a lot of sexism in the mix too. My God, in no realm is a car equal to a $300 gift card. You spent $300 on your gift for your daughter, but $10,000 on your son? That's 33 times the value of the gift card. Wow, how can you not see that that's unfair? Even if the car was a used 2K hoopty, you're still the idiot. Your favoritism is showing. I'd be angry too. You just assigned your twins values and showed who you value more. You owe your daughter a major apology and a car. Yeah, she's never expressed any interest in anything specific is such BS. She obviously has interest in goals, but OP has never paid attention. I'm sure she's known for years that her brother's the favorite. I wonder what other flimsy excuses Mom has used over the years to justify her preferential treatment of the brother. Just because your daughter uses a car as a utility and your son has a strong interest in cars isn't a reason not to gift your daughter one. Having a car opens life up to so many possibilities you deny your daughter. It's unlikely she'll be enthusiastic about your relationship moving forward. And is that how you want your old age to be? And if you made it to 18 years without realizing your kids' gifts should be close in monetary value, I don't know what to tell you. I, a female teen, live with my sister, 27, and her fiance, 26 male, because I was having issues with my parents. My sisters worked on getting me to return to my parents part-time, but it's been a rocky road. I love my sister, but her fiance likes bossing me around, so I always go to her before doing anything. Even then, he still punishes me. A week ago, I asked my sister for the shoes I wanted. She initially said no, but eventually caved. A few days later, I can't find the shoes anywhere, and I ask her fiance where they are, and he says he took them back. I asked my sister, and she said it was because I didn't do the dishes as she had asked, and that I had pressured her into it in the first place, and she was tired of me not doing chores. Her fiance comes into my room later and says that my sister's having a hard time right now and I need to stop pressuring her into getting me things and that I need to pull my weight or I'll stop getting allowances too. A few days later, my sister and I were arguing while I was driving us home from my parents' house, and she kept on asking me to pull over, which was only stressing me out more. I was trying to pull over, and I ended up totaling her car. When her fiance found out, he was only concerned about her and whether or not she was okay. She wasn't hurt badly, just a mild concussion, a dislocated shoulder, and some stitches. I broke my wrist and got a total of 16 stitches. He took a week off to take care of her while he made me go back to school the next day. She got a bunch of get well soon gifts, new pajamas, a nice blanket, and a stuffed animal. Well, fast forward another day, and her boyfriend asked me to help with dishes since the dishwasher was broken, and I hadn't made any dirty dishes that day. I told him that and he looked baffled, but then asked me to scoop the cat litter. I said that it was my cat, and he said I needed to help out. So I went up to the bedroom to tell my sister what was going on, and he was telling me to leave her alone, but he was bossing me around. I woke my sister and told her what was happening, and she started sobbing. I was initially happy because I thought she was mad at her fiancé too, but then she was all like, "Jack, I can't do this anymore. I tried so hard to be there for her." She was talking about me and not being able to handle me anymore, and her boyfriend is comforting her and telling me that I need to leave her be for a while. I didn't see her for a few days since she locked herself away in her room, and then I saw her in the kitchen yesterday after school. I told her that her boyfriend hates me and is trying to taint her opinion against me to get rid of me, and she said that she loves me and her fiancé loves me too, and that I need to grow up because she can't take this attitude anymore. I feel like I'm being reasonable here, and her fiancé's being an id. Am I the idiot? You are the idiot, and I suspect there's probably a good reason you're living there and not with your parents. You sound like an entitled kid. You are a kid who doesn't want to help out around the house when asked. She's now fed up with you too, and from the way you describe everything, I don't blame her. She wasn't hurt that badly, just a concussion and a dislocated shoulder. It's appalling that OP sees nothing wrong with totaling her sister's car, hurting her, trashing her house, stealing her shoes, and waking her up to complain. OP, stop and really think about your life and how you've made yourself completely unwelcome in not one but two separate households. Also, she complains because her sister is getting her own fiancé's attention, but then she's also happy because she thought her sister was mad at him. Tell me you need therapy without telling me you need therapy. The fiancé sounds like a rock star. The sister sounds like a saint. OP sounds like a spoiled idiot. I feel like I'm being reasonable here. Please look up the definition of reasonable because you obviously need help understanding the meaning of the word. My girlfriend and I moved to Europe a few years ago, and she got a lot of plastic surgery while we were out there that I begged her not to get. She got a blepharoplasty, a nose job, fillers, a chin surgery, and I don't even know what else. I hate to say it, but it decreased her attractiveness. Don't get me wrong, she's still beautiful, but not nearly as gorgeous as what she used to look like. It also makes me sad that she removed all the features I loved on her face. It's also sad that people think these features must be removed. She looks hollowed out and tired, but she doesn't want to admit she got plastic surgery. We're back home from Europe, and people started commenting on her looks at dinner. One of her friends just straight out asked her if she got something done, and she said no. She said it was just aging. Of course she would look different. She's 27, etc. I was shocked. I couldn't believe she could play that card when the results were so dramatic. It's so obvious that she was lying, but no one called her out on it. My sister's been staying at my parents' house because I'm here, and she's been weirdly obsessed with her looks since that dinner. She's only 24, and she's truly a baby. 24 seems so young now, or at least she makes it seem very young. She admitted to me that seeing my girlfriend brought up feelings of anxiety about aging. She said she didn't know people could change so much, and it was stressing her out. She started calling me and freaking out about a line she found on her forehead, which was hardly noticeable at all. She isn't a person who's super fixated on her looks, normally at least, so it surprised me. But she was buying a lot of anti-aging skincare and applying it multiple times a day. I told her she was fine. All she had to do was moisturize and wear sunscreen. I looked the same as I did at 24, but she wasn't buying it, and it was obvious why. It hurt me so much to see her like that. She kept putting retinol on her face and would ask me daily if I saw lines going away when there were no lines in the first place. After a while of her spiraling, one day I finally broke down and said, "Dude, you're freaking out about aging because of my girlfriend. Chill out. She got plastic surgery. You don't just randomly start to have different features after you hit 25. You're going to look exactly how you look now at 27. Relax." She's way too young to be hyperfixating on her looks and worrying about aging. She has an obsessive personality sometimes and gets fixated on things, probably the anxiety disorder. So just telling her made her drop the subject, thank God. I told her weeks ago, but last week my girlfriend asked if I told anyone about her plastic surgery. I admitted I did tell my sister because I didn't want to lie about it, and she was very mad at me. Was I wrong to tell her? My girlfriend didn't outright say not to tell people, but she obviously wanted me to lie for her and expected me to do that. Not the idiot. When people deny having work done, especially if it's noticeable, people don't tend to believe them anyway. I don't think your girlfriend is fooling anyone. Your sister's well-being and state of mind are important, and it's good to just be honest about getting work done. I'm not shy about admitting it. I get Botox. It's for me, and I love it, and I'm not ashamed of it. It's not like you rented a billboard and told the world. You told your sister to help her find peace with her self-image. Most people probably know your girlfriend had surgery, but don't want to embarrass her. However, at this point, you ought to reevaluate how you feel about your partner and whether or not you want to continue this relationship. What if she got more work done? Would you be comfortable with that? You are the idiot. Sounds like the girlfriend did this for herself, and she knows sharing this info makes people feel entitled to voice their unsolicited opinions and judgments. Her friends probably know she's lying and drop it because they respect her comfort level and know that it's none of their business. It was private info you were privy to as her boyfriend and no one else. The correct response was to tell your girlfriend about your sister's obsession with aging and come to a compromise on what you tell your sister to ease her fears. The perfect example of judgment she's trying to avoid is you calling her sad for making this decision. Clearly, her fears of judgment aren't unfounded. Update. Thank you for all your responses. At the end of the day, my sister's well-being and mental health matter to me more than anyone or anything. She is naive, maybe more than you would expect from a 24-year-old, and I feel I need to protect her. She looks up to my girlfriend and me a lot. My sister and my girlfriend are both in therapy and have been for years, but that doesn't stop insecurities. As for an update on our relationship, I do need to talk to her about the future. I've realized I lost a lot of respect for her, not because of the plastic surgery and changing her appearance. I had accepted that, but she was fine with lying to my sister and watching her spiral into obsession. I kept telling her that my sister was struggling, and she would deflect and say many young women care about their looks, and she'll get over it. It rubbed me the wrong way. My sister is my best friend and my only real family. I want to think my partner would see how important she is to me and prioritize her mental well-being. But yes, we will talk about it. Thank you for all of your responses and input. I, 19, just had my nephew, kindergartner, for a week while my sister and brother-in-law took care of a family emergency. It was very last minute. They called and asked if I could keep him, and he was at my apartment an hour and a half later. They're an hour away from me. I'm a full-time college student working at a daycare part-time. I couldn't drive him to school and pick him up because of the distance, so I emailed my professors and boss and asked if he could come to class and work with me. They were all okay with it. When I took him to class, he had an iPad, headphones, a little Lego set, and coloring books and crayons. He sat quietly in the back of the class every day. He was also great at my work. The problem is, now I have people in a few of my classes upset that I brought him. They're saying it's distracting, and I should have gotten a babysitter instead of taking him with me. None of my professors had a problem with it. Some even complimented me on how well behaved he was. But I wanted to know if I was the idiot. Edit. He wasn't even making noise. The vast majority of the time he was coloring or watching Bluey, Paw Patrol, or Encanto with headphones. He's very excited to go back to college. We get to play on our computers. He saw laptops. And why would we have laptops if we're not playing games on them? We have a Starbucks. We can buy pizza every day at recess, the time between classes. And there's a pool. Not the idiot. You got permission from the people who had the authority to give it. Your classmates shouldn't be any more distracted by a quiet kid than another quiet classmate. And the kid was probably being a distraction by being too darn cute for words. He saw laptops. And why would we have laptops if we're not playing games on them? LMAO, that is adorable. People need to get over themselves. I guarantee that your nephew will remember the time you took care of him, which would be among his fondest memories. He sounds like a good kid. I disagree. You are the idiot, and you suck for the school thing. The work situation is obviously fine. There are kids everywhere, and the situation was an emergency. However, college is difficult and expensive. It's really not about how the professors feel. It's about how the other students feel. They're paying a not insignificant amount of money and putting in a lot of time and hard work. They deserve to receive the education they signed up for. A child in the classroom is a distraction. It colors the topics of the conversation that can be broached, and Legos are arguably quiet or not, depending on the child. The first day was an emergency. After that, you should have sorted something. Having him there for a whole week is bananas. So my daughter Emmy, teen, is currently grounded after she and another girl stole one of the golf carts from school and crashed it into a pond while intoxicated about a month ago. The other girl is still in the hospital. So now you have at least some context for the proceeding. Emmy recently received an honor from our state government for academic achievement in Latin. Her friends decided to plan a party for her to celebrate, and she asked if I, 38 female, would let her go out this one night, and I said no. She's obviously upset, but she's grounded. You don't get to just ignore your punishment because your friends are throwing a party for you. Also, her punishment is only that she can't leave the house except to go to and from school. She still has her phone, computer, switch, TV, etc. Later that night, discussing it with my fiancé, he said that I was being harsh on Emmy and that she's done her time and I should let her go out with her friends. I didn't budge. It's not a graduation or funeral. It's a party for something she can work for again next year. She's a sophomore. She still has 2 years before she graduates. That's 2 more years she'll have to go out with friends after she's learned that actions have consequences. She's not even considered apologizing to the other girl's family or visiting the hospital. As far as I'm concerned, she's not learned her lesson yet. But at the same time, it's just one night, and it is for an academic achievement that she worked hard for. So, am I being an idiot? Wait, your mid-teenage kid got intoxicated, stole a school vehicle, drove it into a pond, and landed her friend in the hospital, where the friend remains a month later, and yet the school hasn't suspended or expelled her? Did you have to donate a swimming pool? And despite being grounded with complete access to all her electronics, she thinks she should get to go to a party because, hey, she won an academic award? You do realize that, at least where I am, a golf cart DUI is a crime And if someone else is injured, let alone seriously injured, there are arrests and serious legal ramifications. What, do you live in the land of insanely minimal consequences? You're not being an idiot. You're being extremely lenient. Your kid drove intoxicated, and consequently, another kid is seriously injured, and Emmy did the time? Sorry, but no. While Emmy's not been suspended from school or lost access to electronics, another kid is in the hospital. Please don't let your fiancé make parenting decisions for you. Yikes!